So first graders, this is another one today where we're working with manipulating shapes and really having to make pictures in our minds, to imagine it in our mind, to visualize it in our mind. So get your pencil, eraser, and math books, and let's get started on that. All right, guys, lesson 12.5, problem solving, make new three-dimensional shapes. So remember, we really want to think through these problems and unlock them. Cora wants to combine shapes to make a circle. She has these little things, right? They're not triangles. This part looks like a triangle, but that's a curve of a circle, isn't it? So, I have an ant on my paper. What do I need to find? How Cora can make a circle. What information do I need it to use? Cora has this shape to use, doesn't she? So let's look at combining these. If we take these two here and put them together, we get a half circle, right? Go ahead and trace that. Then now we have a half circle made of these two pieces, and we have another half circle made of these two pieces. She must have had a lot of those. And we can put them together to make one full circle. Do you see how they're using this dotted line to show you that these two pieces kind of went together now and they're not separate anymore? All right, next page. All right, try another problem. Let's be sure we're really thinking, what do I need to find? What information do I need to use? Use squares to make a larger square. So step one, this square and this square go together to make that. Now, boys and girls, we don't actually have the shapes to solve it, so we're going to draw to show the work. So think about this. What would we, you know what you're going to draw, right? You're not going to draw a line like that to show how these two squares make this rectangle. You're not going to draw a line like that to show how these two squares make this rectangle. You're going to draw like this, right? Those are the two squares that made the rectangle. Now, we're going to use this new shape, right? We have this, and we have this that makes this. Now, go ahead, let's just do a dotted line, right? Because we really want to show that we have a new shape now. All right, whoop, sorry, it's jiggling all around today. Use triangles to make a rectangle. Ooh, triangle and triangle. How do we get a triangle? Does it go like this? Two triangles. The only way to make that is to go diagonal. Now, what we're going to do here is that dotted line to show that we've made a new shape. All right, and then here's square and square. And guys, so that we can really visualize this, since we don't actually have the pieces, I want you to still put that dotted line through there to remind yourself that's actually where our triangles are. Do you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles going on now? So you can see these two would just go right together, right, to make this. So let's put the dotted line down the middle. That's where our two squares are making the rectangle. Let's also mark where these triangles would be if we actually had a bunch of triangles to mess with. You do have those green triangles in your pattern blocks, but they're a different type of triangle. So now you can see where those triangles are there in that rectangle. Next page. Now we're combining this kind of triangle to make a square. So you can see if we put these two triangles together to make the square, well, we're going to have it go diagonal across, right? Can you see there's one of those triangles and there's the other triangle? So let's go ahead now and let's draw those rectangles. And then let's put in those dotted lines showing, if we were actually doing this, if we had the pieces, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles here. All right, so they're going to make this shape. Now, we're not just sticking triangles in here willy-nilly, are we? We're actually making this out of these rectangles. So the way to have gotten those rectangles together into the square was like so, right? There's my dotted line, but I want to show those triangles also so that they are still in here. Indeed, I used those triangles to make a square. And there it is. All right, hot problem. Here you do have pattern blocks like this, don't you? Now, you can just do this with drawing if you want to. I'm going to get out my pattern blocks And we're going to see if we can actually do this. Do you remember yesterday? Not yesterday, the day before yesterday, you combined some green triangles to make those blue rhombuses. So we're going to be making a big rhombus here. So I'm going to start out here. Here is my trapezoid, and here's my triangle, right? There it is. So I can see that now, right? Oh man, I would love it if you guys had your pattern blocks doing this too. So now I have triangle made of trapezoid and triangle, and triangle made of trapezoid and triangle. So let me make another one. And now I'm going to use them to make this rhombus. Do you remember a couple of days ago when you were making this kind of rhombus with these two triangles? And you just took two of their sides and put it together? So boys and girls, this is where you could actually do this in a lot of different ways. You could put this together like that. You could put this together like that. You could put it together like that or like these. You can choose any way to put these together. You choose how they're going to put together, and then you're going to draw it here. Now, either way, we know that the two triangles are going to go like this. But the way that the trapezoids and the green triangles could get arranged could be different. So you guys go ahead and choose which way you want to have this lay out, right? It could be lots of different ways. It's up to you. And finish that drawing right there. All right, last page is our mid-chapter checkpoint. That means we're halfway through chapter 12. Number of sides, number of vertices. Go ahead and write those down. Same thing here. Number of sides, number of vertices. Circle the shapes that can combine to make the new shape. Well, from the last page, you guys should know which of these you can put together to make that triangle. Down here, you can take a look at that too. Remember, sometimes it's helpful to try drawing some different things to see what you need. And then last of all, test prep. Oh boy, combine these two to make a this. That doesn't really have a name, that shape, does it? Combine this shape and this shape. What would you make? And remember, you could be turning these like that, or you could also be flipping them like that. So think those different ways. It's not too hard to figure out which one that would be, is it? Graders, there is your math for the week. Send me a picture of the 4th page, and Monday we'll start the second half of chapter 12.